Hi there, this is Butch Gamboa for Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features electronic magazine. And here are some of this week's features to watch out for. On Motoring Forum, we shall have some insights into the role being played by the Department of Trade and Industry in the government's Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program. Our road safety tip on the Young Street Smarts portion spotlights the importance of pedestrian safety while on the road, especially when within the pedestrian lane. This week's Payang Choper is about the importance of PUV drivers wearing their proper uniform. Our car care tip on the Auto Care Clinic is about maintaining the vehicle's clutch. The public service segment centers on street lighting that are not working. Showcase this week shall have the luxury compact SUV from Volkswagen, the Tiguan. While for race weekend, we'll have the highlights of the recently concluded Leg 3 of the Phoenix Fuels with Pulse Technology-powered National Slalom Series held at Robinson's Novaliches. All this plus the latest news on the country's transportation and traffic management on this week's Motoring Today.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Xpander.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Welcome back. Motoring Today now starts with the latest news in transportation and traffic management. A terminal project that is seen to interconnect other modes of transport in the metro will be operational soon, according to the Department of Transportation or the DOTR. The Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange is targeted to open within the quarter as stated by the DOTR. According to the department, once the terminal is fully operational, this intermodal transport hub will interconnect LRT Line 1, city and provincial buses, as well as UV Express and public utility jeepneys routes, which will benefit approximately 200,000 passengers daily and the decongestion of traffic volume in EDSA. The project will also include passenger terminal buildings, arrival and departure bays, public information systems, ticketing and baggage handling facilities, and park ride facilities. The project is being built by the consortium of Mega White Construction Corporation and WM Property Management Incorporated, which bagged the contract under the Public-Private Partnership Program during the previous administration. Continuing, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority recently reported that vendors have returned in Baclaran. The agency, which has done multiple clearing operations around the area in the past, has tagged the scenario as a cat-and-mouse game. Only days after the MMDA and the Parañaque City government celebrated the first anniversary of the clearing of Baclaran, the vendors have returned, occupying the side of the service road closest to the church in the area. The MMDA said that only a handful of them moved to the other side of the road, where the city government had set up rows of green tents for their use. As a result of the 5 lanes of the Ross Boulevard Service Road, only 2 were passable to vehicles. One was occupied by vendor stalls, while the other 2 were occupied by the tenants.
Sa amin lang, we need really the cooperation of the public. Unang-una yung disiplina nga, no? Kasi nga, kahit anong pang klaseng batas implement natin, hindi naman sumusunod ng tao, baliwala rin. So, kailangan talaga natin magsimula sa sarili natin. Lagi namin sinasabi, kung ikaw pasaway, huwag kang magreklamo. Kaya kailangan pagtulong-tulungan talaga natin.
In a memorandum of agreement signed earlier this month, the city government and the MMDA agreed to clear Ross Boulevard, Quirino Avenue, and the streets around Baclaran Church. Meanwhile, after many months of operational issues, the DOTR, together with the MRT3 management, is proud to report that the said railway system hasn't experienced any breakdown or unloading problem for the longest time. 18 trains have been running according to the latest report of the DOTR regarding the MRT operations. According to the MRT3 management, the last time MRT reached this number of running trains was on November 2017. Metro Manila's main railway, which serves 500,000 people on average daily, had operated only up to 10 trains at a time in recent months, causing long passenger queues. Trains also suffered chronic breakdowns, forcing many passengers to disembark and walk on the tracks. Additionally, it has been reported that the MRT3 has not experienced unloading incidents for weeks, the longest streak in nearly 4 years, according to the DOTR. And finally, NLEX Corporation reported that they are continuously improving their services with regard to providing the motorists a more convenient way of paying for tolls. The company highlighted the new services that they launched last year, which include the new payment systems.
Now we accept payments via PayMaya. We also accept payments via credit card. We also accept payments via BIP. So many payment channels nowadays.
NLEX Corporation stressed that this transition from cash payments to electronic payments has provided the motorists a more convenient travel experience when using the expressways.
We're hoping our motorists would start shifting from cash payments to electronic payments because that would promote and would mean more convenient when you use the expressways the next time.
Those are the latest news in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. On Motoring Forum this week, we continue our discussions on one of the hottest issues in the country's transportation scene. Of course, we're referring to the move of the government to rid our roads of dilapidated vehicles, or what are sometimes referred to as rolling coffins, of vehicles for public transport which continue to spew toxic emissions that are unlawful as per our Clean Air Act, and other vehicles for public transport that are not roadworthy. We're referring to the PUVMP, of the Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program. This long-delayed government move that involves several agencies to see its final fruition, one of which is the Department of Trade and Industry. And this week, we shall put this government agency on the spotlight to get some insights into its involvement in the said program.
the Department of Trade and Industry plays a major role in the implementation of the government's Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program, an ambitious program aimed at making the country's mass transport system efficient, safe, and sustainable. At the core of the PUVMP is the need to replace old, dilapidated, and unsafe public utility vehicles with new units that meet emission and other standards that will make public transport safer and more convenient or more comfortable for commuters. Chief among the PUVs targeted for replacement is the jeepney. Once seen as an icon of Philippine culture and ingenuity, the jeepney is now considered anachronistic and the archetype of unsafe, uncomfortable, and inefficient mode of land transport. Although the government is also adamant about replacing other vehicles used as public utility, buses, school bus or vans, etc. that are more than 15 years old. Initially, the DTI has a twofold role in the PUVMP. One is to set new standards including design features and dimensions for various classes of public utility vehicles meant to replace the jeepney and other modes of land transportation. The second is to support the industry sector that would supply the modern replacements for jeepneys and other public transport modes. Already, the DTI has substantially fulfilled the first task. The DTI, through its Bureau of Public Standards, has issued Philippine National Standards for Class 2 and Class 3 PUVs, the two classes of vehicles where jeepneys fall under depending on their use in transporting passengers within the city or metropolis or between cities or municipalities. This is known as PNS 216:2017, which basically sets vehicle exterior and interior dimensions, passenger capacity, seat configuration, door and emergency exit placement, among other regulations. The PNS was drafted in consultation with various stakeholders in government, the academe and private sector organizations, including the Chamber of Automobile Manufacturers of the Philippines Incorporated, as well as other associations representing truck manufacturers, vehicle parts suppliers, and even manufacturers and/or distributors of electric vehicles. A few local motor vehicle body builders and suppliers of vehicle platforms have already come up with prototypes of modern PUVs that comply with PNS 2126:2017. The DTI is now fast-tracking initiatives that fulfill the task of supporting the sector that would supply the transport industry with PNS-compliant public utility vehicles. Early this month, reports indicated that DTI officials, including Trade and Industry Secretary Ramon Lopez, wants to fast-track the issuance of an executive order that would provide subsidies to local body makers of modern PUVs. The issuance of the EO seeking funding for subsidies to makers and distributors of locally assembled modern PUVs is aside from the plan to reallocate funds from the Comprehensive Automotive Resurgence Strategy Program to support the supply side of the PUVMP. The CARS program grants $600 million in tax incentives for 3 participants in the program to encourage the local manufacture or assembly of vehicles. However, only 2 companies, Toyota Motor Philippines Corporation and Mitsubishi Motor Philippines Corporation, have joined the program. The DTI wants the remaining tax incentives under CARS to be shifted to local body builders and local auto parts producers. While saying it was not restricting the importation of PUVs that would support the government's PUV modernization program, the DTI said it preferred that this benefited local motor vehicle body builders and auto parts and platform suppliers. The DTI said it was already ironing out the incentive scheme that would be subject of the EO that would further encourage local manufacturers of vehicles. The DTI is apparently working to hit 2 birds with 1 stone, helping to make the PUVMP as a success while also encouraging the growth of the local manufacture of vehicles.
We have just given you more insights into this bold, radical yet long-delayed government move to modernize public transport through its Public Utility Vehicle Modernization Program on this week's Motoring Today's Motoring Forum.
Calling all automobile enthusiasts. Autofocus.com.ph is exclusive to the automobile, where you'll find reviews on the latest brand new car models, together with their head-to-head comparisons. It has the detailed specs of car models available in the country and their latest SRPs and special promos, together with the latest auto industry news and developments like car launches and test drives. Autofocus.com.ph is all about automobiles. Click on.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Xpander.
Continuing with motoring today, here now are this week's valuable motoring tips. We start off with the Young Street Smarts portion's road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines.
Hello everyone and welcome to Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts Club. This is brought to you through the courtesy of Toyota Motor Philippines and the Toyota Foundation. My name is Susie of Magic 89.9. Muling magbibigay sa inyo ng simpleng tips on how to use our roads properly and safely. When driving, always keep in mind that you're responsible not only for yourself but also for your environment. Palaging paunahin ang mga tumatawid sa pedestrian lane. Be patient at huwag magmadali, lalo na kung ang tumatawid ay mga bata, matatanda, o may kapansanan. It's always better to give way to pedestrians than to cause accidents. Until the next time here on Motoring Today's Young Street Smarts portion, where you can learn to be safe while on the road as a pedestrian, commuter, biker, or driver. This is Susie of Magic 89.9 reminding you to always be a safe and responsible road user.
More motoring tips for you, this time courtesy of Mitsubishi Motors Philippines regarding proper PUV driver's demeanor while behind the wheel.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako si Ka Jojo Martin, isang kapwa nyo tsuper, maging maayos sa pananamit tuwing papasada.
Kung gusto nating makarami ng pasahero, gawin nating presentable ang ating mga sarili sa tuwing tayo ay magmamaneho. Ugaliing isuot ang uniform ng samahan na iyong kinabibilangan kapag papasada sa daan. Iwasang magsuot ng mga pambahay na damit katulad ng sando at tsinelas kung ayaw mong ang pasahero ang umiwas at magalit.
Tandaan, kapag maayos ang kasuotan, pasahero ay iyong kaibigan. Ito po si Ka Jojo Martin. Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa niyo tsuper.
Let's now move on to vehicle maintenance and repair, this time courtesy of Isuzu Philippines.
Ang clutch driver ay ang bad habit na laging pag-apak sa clutch kahit hindi pa kailangan i-disengage ang gear. Kadalasan itong nangyayari sa syudad na kung saan mayroong stop and go na traffic. Upang hindi maging clutch driver, kailangan lang kapain ang tinatawag na point of engagement ng iyong clutch o kung baga, kailan kumahagat na ang gear. Kapag umaandar kayo at kailangan ng bumagal, hindi mo kailangan agad apakan ang clutch. Hintayin mo na lamang ang point na kung saan may nginig na ang makina. o malapit na mamatay bago apakan ng clutch. Kapag magpapalit naman ng gear, siguraduhin na mabilis at makinis ang pag-apak at pagbitaw ng clutch upang hindi ito masunog. Huwag na huwag isabay ang pag-apak ng accelerator at clutch dahil aksaya ito sa diesel at clutch lining. Kapag mahusay ang iyong paggamit ng clutch, tatagal ng higit 100,000 kilometers ang iyong clutch bago kailangan ng i-overhaul. Para sa periodic maintenance naman, kailangan lang palitan ang clutch fluid bawat 20,000 kilometers kasabay ang pagpapalit na rin ng manual transmission oil. Kung sakaling medyo naiba ang travel at play ng iyong clutch pedal, ini-inspeksyon ito ng kasa bawat 5,000 kilometers at pwedeng ipa-adjust kung may diferensya.
Introducing the all-new Mitsubishi Xpander.
See the horizon as a starting point. Use each obstacle to gain momentum. Make the unknown routine. Continue where all others stop. New Peugeot SUV range. Never have SUVs gone so far.
Your weekly window to the world of business and guide to the good life can now be watched online. Just click on businessandleisure.ph and watch this week's show and other past episodes of Business and Leisure at your most convenient time of the day. Business and Leisure is now on the web. Watch it anytime.
Motoring Today continues as we now give you the latest news and developments in the world of motorsports.
In motorsports news, Milo Rivera topped all competition at the third leg of the 2018 Philippine Autocross Championship Series, setting the overall best time of 35.57 hundredths of a second around the course set up at the parking lot of SM City Santa Rosa in Laguna. Coming in second was Rivera's brother Estefano, who set a time of 36.17 hundredths of a second. Third overall was Carlos Anton with a time of 36.54 hundredths of a second. Danby Yatkinchay set the fourth best time of 37.3 hundredths of a second. Fifth was Inigo Anton with a time of 37.55 hundredths of a second, which was also the best time among all novices competing at the third leg of the 2018 PAX. In his first full campaign in the Philippine Autocross Championship Series, four-time slalom king Milo Rivera has now topped two of the three legs held so far this year. In other motorsports news, local motorsports fans should now be counting the handful of days left before one of the biggest international drifting events will be held in the country. Top international professional drifters including Daigo Saito and Tony Arakaki from Japan, Nasser Al-Mutairi from Kuwait, Zai Hamdam from Malaysia, Davide De Vildorigo of Thailand, and Andre Silva are expected to be at the Clark International Speedway on May 26 to 27 to compete with the local drift racers like Luis Gono and David Feliciano in the Philippine leg of the King of Nations Pro Series. The event is round 4 of the 2018 Kings of Nations Pro Series and the final round of the Kings of Nations Pro Series Asia.
More motorsports and motoring today as we give you Race Weekend.
Race Weekend is brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology.
Slalom king Milo Rivera continues his winning streak in the 2018 Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series, but he can definitely hear the footsteps of teenage driving prodigy Inigo Anton getting closer and closer, while competition is also getting as tight in the other classes, especially in the novice class. Up next on Race Weekend is our continuing coverage of this year's slalom season.
We're here once again at Robinsons Novaliches for the third leg of the Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series, as cars are as usual lining up, eager to start the race. The action is getting heated out there. The tighter the competition, encouraging racers to push to the limit of grip in the narrow, tight, and twisty course designed by Race Motorsports Club. The result can either be spectacular times or spectacular spins and toppling pylons. I'm here with the ever so lovely veteran racing organizer, Miss Bing Bang Dulce. Hi, Miss Bing Bang. Great to have you here in our show again.
Introduction,
Can you just give the viewers an idea of the leaderboard that you have here? Is Milo Rivera again dominating the series?
Yes, he is. Milo Rivera is dominated the two last legs. We're now on our third, and close to him is Inigo Anton. And I think also other front-wheel drivers like Sina Virgil Calayo, Pawi Base, and all the rest like Doc Piwi Menjola, who are still trying to cope up with him after the two legs winning straight na naman.
I noticed that you have new racers that are present here today. Can you tell us a little more about that?
We have a lot of new racers, and if you saw them, they range from 10 years old to 13 years old and 14 years old. And we have about 2 to 3 young ladies who participated today, plus a lot of newcomers who also joined us today from the different parts of Metro Manila.
Just for the viewers' knowledge, can you just give the viewers an idea of why you chose Phoenix Pulse as your partner for this particular event?
Well, we've been with Phoenix for the past, now on our third year, and Phoenix has proven its full support to slalom racing in the first time that they have participated in the discipline of motorsports, and I'm glad that we were part to be chosen by Phoenix to be part of their new endeavor in the field of their exposures.
The young ladies competing in slaloms are no longer just rarities or oddities, but are showing that they can compete out there with the boys and men. Among the ladies is Christine Torres, who, following her daddy's footsteps into motorsports, is not fazed by competing in a male-dominant sport.
Okay lang naman. Kasi yung daddy ko, since bata pa lang kasi ako nagda-drive na siya, so medyo exposed na ako sa mga gantong araw, like Sundays, race day, gano'n.
After coming in second in the ladies class in the previous leg, Christine is looking to do better in the third leg, driving a new race car.
And since this is my new car din kasi to, so hindi pa siya nakamakina. So ngayon, ipapractice ko lang siya, gagamayin ko lang, pero gagawin ko yung best ko.
Last year's ladies champion Gabby Desales is back anew and looking resolute in defending her title. She's not only focused on winning her class, but is also motivated to show she can compete among the boys.
Yeah, I do get that a lot, being in a male-dominated sport. I use it as a motivation to push myself more in order to level myself with the boys and to not let that stop me and get in the way of my performance.
Gabby Desales is not shy about her goal to win in her class in every leg and her desire to end the 2018 season again as champion. And car problems are not about to stop her from taking a more aggressive attitude in her runs during the third leg of the slalom series.
Yeah, I'm planning to run those 4 runs by being more aggressive, and still taking care of the car and trying to push myself out of my comfort zone because it's difficult that I'm feeling technical difficulties and I still have to push it, so I have to be more brave and more aggressive.
The competition is also heating up in the novice class. In the second leg, Pawi Base of the PMMS Rensport turned in the best time of the day among the novices despite some mechanical issues with his car. The third leg is proving to be more problematic for the 15-year-old.
So far, we haven't submitted a good time for the novice because we submitted it for a different class. But we're hoping to be able to get novice again, but if not, we'll just fight for it again next time. But we may settle for whatever we will get today.
In the second leg in Pampanga, Vehil Calayo of Jaff Racing Bulacan came up only third fastest among the novices after winning the first leg. He certainly upped his performance in the slalom series to return to Robinson's Novaliches, and the week-long practice with the team certainly helped.
During second leg sa Pampanga, medyo naging mahirap kasi inagamay ko pa rin yung auto hanggang ngayon kasi medyo naglighten na tayo ng body. Before kami itong leg na to, nag-practice muna kami ng buong linggo. Then para mas magamay namin yung mga race car, yun na yung naging preparation namin. Sa tuwing may karera naman, gusto ko lagi yung Dobby's best time of the day. So gagawin natin lahat para makuha yan.
Vehil Calayo now leads the novices with 2 novice best times of the day over 3 legs. 2017 Slalom King Milo Rivera of Top Gear Racing Team has been dominating this year's Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series, recording the best time overall in 2 legs heading to the third. But the competition seems to be getting closer. We caught up with Milo as the competition is just beginning to heat up.
Well, the race is still early. You know, it's still about 1:30 in the afternoon. The race pretty much just started. As you can see, Inigo's running right now, would probably beat my time again. But we still have to make some adjustments with the car. We have to make adjustments with my driving, and we'll just see how it goes from there. The last sector of this racetrack is very, very difficult. The first 2 runs we had, we hit pylons. Maawa ng Diyos, the third run, we got to complete a clean run. But we feel that it wasn't the best potential we could get out of the car, got out of myself. So a long way to go, especially with Inigo closing in, and not to count out Estefano, my brother, who, you know, can pull something out of his sleeve any time of the day. So competition as it is, still a long day, but we're very, very optimistic with what's to come.
Milo Rivera's closest chaser is 2017 novice champion Inigo Anton, now competing in the higher classes. And for a time in the second leg of the National Slalom Series, it was Milo Rivera doing the chasing.
It started off as good, like we were holding the best time for the whole day, so Milo had to catch us. And we've been just trying to push, and we did well naman, but at the end Milo got us in his last run also. And then when I tried to go out, I kinda hit the sidewalk, so it was kinda done na. So I was happy that we were able to get second again overall, and we are also able to get the front wheel. It feels good that I'm 13 and I'm able to perform like he is, 4-time champion for slalom. And what my end goal for this slalom is to be able to beat him for the future. But like now, it's just try my best always, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to win.
Always in the battle for podium in the overall class is Milo Rivera's brother, Estefano, both of them sharing the same car in the slalom competition.
Personally, me, I have a hard time. It's really his car, but I've been racing this car for almost 2 years already. I think I've adopted to the characteristics changes, but yeah. It was hard at first, but now I'm getting used to it. My time's getting there, and yeah. I also asked for tips from my brother, so yeah. He knows the car more, I guess.
Also among those turning up high in the Race Motorsports Club, race reports following each leg of the series are Pee-wee Mendiola, Jelvoy Moreno, and Joseph Ortega.
The other time, yeah, well, something went wrong with the car, so I wasn't able to make good placing. So now we figured it out, so I'm supposed to get good time now, but I haven't had the clean run yet because my power steering broke. Now they fixed it, so hopefully. Well, I just plan to run as fast as it can give me, and hopefully I get the time needed.
Nung second leg, maganda naman yung result kasi naging third overall fastest din ako no second leg sa Pampanga. Tapos, yun, konting adjustment pa sa auto, driving pa dahil medyo bagong gawa yung makina ko. Kaya yun, hanggang ngayon, ganun pa rin yung competition. Pakapitan ng gulong, bawas gigil para maganda yung maging time.
So in the second leg, we had the problem with the car. The first heat, we were doing fine, but when we made adjustments with the transmission, there was a problem, but we got up and we got first at the 2 classes that I have. So far, I think we're doing good. We just need to push more so we can get a secure win on our classes.
At the end of the third leg of the Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series, Milo Rivera continues to dominate with the best overall time of the day. Although not by much over Inigo Anton, who set the second best time overall just a tenth of a second behind Milo's time. Third fastest overall was Estefano Rivera. Jevoy Moreno was 4th fastest. Douglas Maningding of Speedway Racing in 5th. Carlos Anton, Inigo's father, in 6th, and Piwi Mendiola, 7th fastest overall. Vehil Calayo was the fastest novice over Ram Rafanan of Globe, Spade, Baguio City in 2nd, and Pawi Base in 3rd. In the ladies class, Krishna Nevada was fastest. Aya Vargas was 2nd, while Gabby Desales finished 3rd ahead of Christine Torres in 4th and Lay Dominic Sarmiento in 5th. And that concludes our exciting coverage of the third leg of the 2018 Phoenix Pulse Technology National Slalom Series. Be sure to check us out every week for more motorsports highlights.
There's still a long season ahead for slalom, and many expected drama to continue between the king and the young challenger. And race weekend will be there to record what is turning out to be an epic struggle for this year's slalom crown.
This week's feature on Race Weekend has been brought to you by Phoenix Fuels.
Make every trip come alive with Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse Technology. These are the Fuel Masters. Every time they're on the court, it's high performance. Every time I'm on the road, I can also expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. We made it! The next generation Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse Technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
For those who command respect. For those unrivaled in their field. For those who see the world differently. For you. The bigger, better, faster, stronger, all-new Fortuner. Own your world.
Rediscover an extraordinary world as it unfolds before your eyes with the all-new 7-seater diesel CR-V. See the extraordinary.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
The original or Lapids Chicharon has over 40 years experience manufacturing high-grade and crispy chicharon nationwide and worldwide. They also serve the best tasting barbecue in town. Our Lapids Chicharon and Barbecue. Laging bagong luto.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
Honda Cars Philippines Incorporated announced the availability once again of the Civic Type R this 2018, following the successful launch of the model last year. Honda announced that another 100 units is set to arrive in the Philippines. Powered by a 2.0-liter VTEC turbo engine that produces a maximum power of 310 PS and peak torque of 400 Nm, combined with its 6-speed manual transmission, the Civic Type R aims to deliver a great driving experience to its owners, according to HCPI. Members of the MUX Owners Philippines, together with their families, completed another trip aboard 20 units of the Isuzu MUX. This time, their destination was the province of Catanduanes. Representatives of Isuzu Philippines Corporation and members of the motoring media came along to the trip by riding a MUX LSA automatic 4x2 and a MUX LSA manual transmission 4x2 variant powered by Isuzu's newest diesel engine, the Blue Power RZ4E.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. Luxury compact SUVs can sometimes get intimidating, from its price all the way down to its styling and tiniest bits. But Volkswagen has come up with one that is low-key while also boasting of sophistication. Learn more of the 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan on this week's Showcase. Let's watch this. Under the hood of the Volkswagen Tiguan, it is powered by a 1.4-liter TSI engine that produces 150 horsepower and 250 Nm of torque. In Volkswagen language, TSI means turbocharged stratified injection, and if translated to layman's term, it means that a TSI engine allows a 1.4-liter to produce 2.0-liter power figures. And as if this is not enough, the engine is paired with a 6-speed DSG automatic transmission. Meanwhile, the suspension setup uses coil springs and triangular wishbone at the front and independent 4-link suspension at the rear, and both come with a stabilizer. After all those hard specs, it's time to take a closer look at the design of the Tiguan. Outside, it's evident that Volkswagen made the exterior look of the second-generation Tiguan simple. The front end is emphasized by the grille and headlights. Also, the Tiguan rides on an 18-inch alloy wheels. This simple yet athletic design of the Tiguan continues on inside. The seats are fitted with a textured fabric and are equipped with lumbar support. When it comes to space and comfort, the Tiguan offers better legroom, headroom, and shoulder room for the passengers. For added convenience, the rear climate control system provides a chillier vibe for the rear passengers. The Tiguan also comes with a cargo area, which has hooks on the side to place the cargo floor for easier access to the spare tire too. For the infotainment system, the Tiguan comes with a 6.5-inch color touchscreen and an audio system that is matched with 8 speakers that the passengers can connect to through MP3, USB, or auxiliary in. The Tiguan doesn't also compromise safety. It comes with driver and passenger airbags with front passenger airbag deactivation. For security, the Tiguan is equipped with a standard security features such as anti-lock braking system, anti-theft alarm system with interior monitoring, among others. The Tiguan also comes with park distance control with sensors in front and the rear for added convenience. That was the 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan, our feature model for this week's showcase.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantees Auto Insurance Program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantees Auto Insurance Program, 100% worry-free driving.
Rediscover an extraordinary world as it unfolds before your eyes with the all-new 7-seater diesel CR-V. See the extraordinary.
Think you're tough? Do you dare to go off-road or off-key? Do you use your great power with great control? With the new Isuzu D-Max, you're tough enough to be unstoppable. And you're tough enough to be right back. Isuzu D-Max, tough enough for anything.
When you sweat to be sweet and you clean our seat, it's love. When you try to look cool, but you look like a fool, it's love. It's love. It's love.
Show your love with the new features of the all-new Innova. Love the journey.
These are the Fuel Masters. Every time they're on the court, it's high performance. Every time I'm on the road, I can also expect high performance from Phoenix Fuels. We made it! The next generation Phoenix Fuels, now with Pulse technology, delivers enhanced power and acceleration to make every trip come alive.
On the final stretch of motoring today, we have our public service segment, courtesy of Honda Cars Philippines.
In our public service segment this week, we will be highlighting a common problem sa ating mga kalsada. It is about street lights that are not working. The availability of working street lights is a big help not only to pedestrians but to the general motoring public as a whole, lalo na sa tuwing sasapit ang gabi. Katulad na lamang sa overpass na ito sa Pasig City kung saan kinakailangan ng liwanag ng mga taong nagdaraan tuwing gabi. We will be referring this problem to the proper authorities for appropriate action.
We'd like to urge the public to help us solve motoring problems in our midst by referring them to us so we can in turn bring them to the attention of the involved authorities. Please refer to the screen regarding our contact details. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Until next week here on Motoring Today, now in its 31st year of continuing service to the general motoring public, with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. I'm Butch Gamboa. Happy motoring.